Broadcasting from Studio 300 on Cal Poly's campus, this is Mustang Insider.
Hello and welcome to this week's edition of Mustang Insider, where we recap and preview the week of sports in Cal Poly athletics. I'm Alice Edmonds.
And I'm Joe Schutz. Cal Poly had a huge weekend this weekend. First of all, the football team traveled up to Sacramento to take on the Hornets.
Yes.
They took away a win, 59-47.
Yeah, they did, and they actually also moved up in the polls this week. Again, I believe they're number 16 in one poll, number 14 in another, just keep on moving up, and are tied for third in the Big West Conference, which is, or Big Sky, excuse me. I always forget. Super exciting, and there's some highlights here of the Cal Poly football team this weekend.
First play of the game, actually, right here. We have Corey Garcia taking the ball up the sideline. First play of the entire game, 7 points on the board before the fans even get the chance to sit down in their seats.
Yeah, and Corey Garcia, along with Joe Prothro, went on to both rush over 100 yards in that game. Cal Poly had over 674 yards total that day, and that is a new season high for them, so that's super exciting. And then we have Cal Poly men's and women's soccer's actually seasons both came to an end this weekend, unfortunately. Kind of closing out fall sports here, moving into winter sports. Cal Poly women's soccer ended their season on Sunday. It was senior day here with a scoreless draw against UC Davis. This is a preview from earlier in the season, some highlights against Seattle. That was a great game. But yeah, and men's soccer also. Do you want to talk a little bit about what happens with men's soccer this weekend?
Yeah, men's soccer tied with Sac State to fall out of playoff contention, sadly. And so their season is also over. Yes.
They fell only 1 point deficit. UC Davis defeated UCSB, and that couldn't happen in order for Cal Poly to make the third spot in the Big West North to go on the playoffs. And unfortunately, they didn't quite get it, but it's okay. There's always next year. But super exciting weekend for one sport in particular. The Cal Poly cross country team went to Hawaii and won the Big West championship, or won the Big West, came home as champions. And we are here with one of Cal Poly's very own cross country athletes, Molly Haar, here joining us on the desk to talk to us about this weekend and her season and kind of your career at Cal Poly. Hi, Molly. Welcome.
Hi, thanks.
Do you kind of want to start off by introducing yourself and your year, maybe major, and
Yeah, well, I'm Molly. I'm a fourth-year business student with the finance concentration on the cross-country team. I came in here as a freshman, and I've just been so honored and blessed to be on this team of such hardworking individuals that it's just motivated me every year to get better. And now we're the best team that I think Cal Poly's ever had. And so as we move into the more competitive part of our season, I'm just so excited to see how far we can go, and I think it's going to be great.
Awesome.
Yeah, Cal Poly's cross-country team is historically pretty raw, right? I mean,
Yeah.
Out of the last four years, we've won 3 times. Won the Big West 3 times in a row, or 3 times in the last 4 years.
Yeah, that's on the women's side, and even with the men having a more impressive history going back even 15 years, just having complete domination over the conference. So it's really exciting for the women's team to finally be making our own imprint there and going and traveling with both our squads. There's nothing better than going to Hawaii with 18 of your best friends and bringing home every single conference award that there is between both teams. So
yeah.
That was cool.
Can you tell us a little bit about your experience in Hawaii, what it's like to be there, to run there, and kind of just the team chemistry and how you guys do?
Yeah. Well, first of all, traveling for me is absolutely crazy. Barely 2 weeks ago we were in Indiana, so we've kind of been going to both sides of the country, far east, far west. So traveling's pretty exhausting, so we kind of tried to stay on top of that. We flew into Hawaii and then kind of drove around to the other side of the island where our hotel was. So we kind of check into the hotel, we get our roommates and everything and kind of settle in, and then usually we go around, get our grocery shopping done and whatnot. But then in the days leading up to the meet, we were there for 2 days before the race. So one day we kind of did a shakeout run after traveling, and then the next day we go to the course and we get to run around the course and preview it because it's in Hawaii and it's one that we've never run before. So that was pretty fun. Hawaii was obviously really beautiful. It was extremely windy though. It was very stormy even the morning of the race. So we get there the morning of the race. It was really, really windy, but regardless, it's windy out there for everybody, so we didn't let any weather hold us back and kind of just made the most of the race. I think we went in knowing that we'd do really well just by a matter of how much, so kind of just took it from there.
Now, does anybody say any words before this kind of big race for you guys?
Yeah, I mean, it's something that we've talked about and had our eyes on for all season long and stuff. So it's kind of, we get to the meet and we know what we have to do. Like the training and the work is all in the bag. It's just a matter of executing it. But in regards to that, our team is really strong and really cohesive, and our coaches we have a pre-race meeting the night before where we get our bibs and we have our chips that we have to put on our shoes that like kind of track our splits and our times. And our coaches usually just give us that talk. I mean, a lot of what I've just told you, they tell us the work's done, you just got to go out there. So kind of talk about if there's a race strategy or not, and we just get excited. That's the way to go forward.
Yeah, so after, being Big West champions, kind of what's the next step for the team? Where do you guys go from here in the next race?
So next Thursday morning we'll be leaving for Sacramento, and that's our NCAA West Regional meet. Mm-hmm. So this is by far like the biggest meet that we'll have all season. It's the one that we've had our eyes set on since we ever considered this season, because this regional meet is like the meet where we have to get it done. Our conference is not the most competitive one, but our region is the most competitive region in the country, with schools such as Oregon and Washington and Stanford and some of the best individuals in the NCAA from places like Boise State. So we're truly competing against the best out there, and that's not to say that we're not one of the best, and that's what we want to go out there and prove. So that's the race that we have coming up, and I think if everybody has their best day and races well, we can definitely rival some of those big names.
Absolutely. And are you guys doing anything to prep this Thursday, this week, practice-wise?
Practice-wise, we're kind of just doing our same old thing, nothing too special. I mean, the few short weeks leading up to a race can't really impact much of all the work that we've done in July, August, September is what really is helping now. So we can't just cram any training and expect to do well based off of that. So nothing too special. We're just trying to manage our stress and get some rest in so that we can perform to the best of our ability.
Awesome. And do you have any, is this your last season running, or do you have one more after?
I thought it was going to be my last season, and then I was talking to one of my teammates over the summer, and I had an internship that wasn't going that well, and kind of her telling me, I just can't see you being done, and me reflecting on how not happy I was at my internship kind of made me realize I can't be done. So trying to make that 5th year happen, because I do have the eligibility. Awesome. So I'll be back.
Very cool. Do you have any personal goals then that you're working towards, maybe in this next race, or just even looking forward to your 5th year?
Yeah, this next race coming up is definitely one that I'm looking more at as a team, because I obviously will do the best of my capabilities, but in order to go anywhere farther, we need to do so as a team. So although I do have an individual goal to be one of the best runners in the region and be where I know I can be competing, I really just want to be a contributor to our team. And coming back next year, I think that I don't want to set too lofty of goals and focus too far in the future, because I was injured last season at the end of it, so I really just am grateful for each day that I get given. So all I know is next year I just want to come back and make sure the team's even stronger and faster than we are this year. So,
awesome.
Absolutely. Congratulations on all the wins, and we're really excited to see what the cross-country team is going to be doing the rest of the season.
Yeah, we wish you the best of luck, and I think that is all we have for you. Thank you so much for joining us. And when we come back after this break, we will be joined by a member of the Cal Poly football team who dominated Sacramento State Hornets this past weekend, and looking forward to playing number 1 in the Big Sky at Eastern Washington this weekend after this.
Charlie's Place, home of the Cal Poly Mustangs, located in Foothill Square with daily specials. Head on over after today's game.
Digital West, proud partners of Cal Poly Athletics, inspiring businesses and communities through life-changing technology. Let us help you make your next idea a business reality. Ferguson proudly stocks Bradford White. Have a water heater emergency? We can help. Any day, anytime. Go to Ferguson.com to find the location closest to you.
Featuring handcrafted cuisine, 72 beers on tap, late-night dining, and a daily happy hour, Milestone Tavern is your official headquarters for Mustang football. Located at 972 Foothill Boulevard, join us on game day for weekend brunch and catch all the away game action streamed live on the Milestone Jumbo Screen. ALS has taken enough lives and enough loved members of the SLO community. This is why the Martha Olson Fernandez Foundation has stepped up to fight ALS through patient care and research. Join us today to fight ALS and to win. For more information, visit mofffoundation.com.
Digital West, Proud partners of Cal Poly Athletics, inspiring businesses and communities through life-changing technology. Let us help you make your next idea a business reality. Ferguson proudly stocks Bradford White. Have a water heater emergency? We can help. Any day, anytime. Go to Ferguson.com to find the location closest to you.
Featuring handcrafted cuisine, 72 beers on tap, late-night dining, and a daily happy hour, Milestone Tavern is your official headquarters for Mustang football. Located at 972 Foothill Boulevard, join us on game day for weekend brunch and catch all the away game action streamed live on the Milestone Jumbo Screen. ALS has taken enough lives and enough love members of the SLO community. This is why the Martha Olson Fernandez Foundation has stepped up to fight ALS through patient care and research. Join us today to fight ALS and to win. For more information, visit mofffoundation.com.
Hello and welcome back to Mustang Insider. We were just joined with Molly Haar from the Cal Poly cross country team, and we're now joined with Reagan from the Cal Poly football team. Hello, welcome to the show. If you could start by introducing yourself, your position, and yeah, we'll start with that.
Reagan Enger, fourth year. I played tight end for the Mustangs. Bioresource and agricultural engineering major.
Okay,
Very nice.
awesome.
From Bakersfield, California.
Very cool.
Cool. So you had a big weekend this weekend. You scored a pretty big touchdown against Sac State.
Yeah, I did.
And last year you also had your only touchdown of the season against Sac State as well. So you're just out to get Sac State in general, aren't you?
Yeah, I guess you could say that. Yeah, it's a lot of fun out there with the guys. So those touchdowns I actually scored were actually not even at the position I normally play. So I played tight end, and those were at the fullback position. So that was kind of cool. Yeah.
Interesting. How do you play fullback often? Do you switch the positions or?
Yeah, so in our offense, we run the triple option, so the fullback really gets tackled on every single play because he's the quarterback. That's his first read. He's either to give it to the fullback or not. So pretty much every play, the fullback gets tackled. So there's a pretty big rotation that goes through with our guys, keep guys healthy and fresh throughout the whole game.
Awesome.
Absolutely, yeah. So what's it like being tight end for the Cal Poly football team?
It was a big transition for me because in high school I actually played quarterback. So it took me a couple years to get used to it, and I had to put on some size and things like that. But it's a lot of fun. Yeah, that's pretty much it.
Awesome. So we have this past weekend against Sac State, 7 different Mustangs, I believe, scored touchdowns this weekend. Can you tell us a little bit about that and why so many different people were scoring?
That's the great thing about this offense. It puts a lot of guys in a lot of good positions. We pound the run all game long, and then all of a sudden we'll have a wide open guy, a receiver downfield that Dan will throw to. And it's funny, actually, 2 of the guys that scored touchdowns are actually my roommate. Or my roommates, yeah, and then another one that was on defense had an interception, so it was a big game for my house anyway. Yeah,
that's great. That's awesome.
No way, that's really cool, actually. So Cal Poly has the #1 passing efficiency in the FCS. Can you tell us about how Dano works with you guys?
Well, it's really cool. Chris was a great athlete last year, Chris Brown, but he was more of a running kind of guy. Dano's the all-purpose athlete. And it's he can just place balls like I've never seen before. It's like an NFL caliber quarterback, but he just doesn't have the size that other teams would see. That's why he's here. But phenomenal athlete, just puts balls in places where I'd never seen before. So it's really cool.
That's cool. What's it like, being on the field and hearing the crowds? What's it like when the crowd cheers you on?
Well. As a player, you try to kind of ignore it. You try and just kind of stay focused on the game and the task at hand. But it's always really cool to see, pregame, all the people there and cheering you guys on, and it's awesome. It's a great feeling.
Yeah. Do you have any predictions for this weekend?
No predictions. Of course, we want to win. That's the goal, definitely. They're a great team. They're ranked 3rd in the nation. We're ranked 14th. But, we're 10 points away from being undefeated. We lost to Nevada in overtime by 3 points, and then we lost in North Dakota by a touchdown. So, I don't think they're any better than us. We just need to practice hard, play hard in the game, and not get too carried away with, Eastern Washington being ranked number 3rd.
Right. And do you have, like, going into a game, do you have any pregame rituals or pump-up music or anything that you do in particular to ready yourself?
Yeah, I've actually listened to the same playlist since my freshman year of high school.
Wow.
It hasn't changed at all, and it's the same songs, a lot of, like, Led Zeppelin kind of things like that.
Nice.
But as a team, we always do a pregame prayer as a team in the locker room. And, I mean, that's pretty much it. Our coach always does a great job pumping us up, too.
That's awesome.
Who typically leads that pregame prayer?
Dan O'Grace.
Oh, very nice.
Yeah.
That's awesome. What kind of, Eastern Washington, are you guys prepping any differently this week to kind of prepare for this, team that is, like, undefeated in conference?
Right, so we actually lost to them last year in overtime. So we still have a bitter taste in our mouth from that. At least a lot of us do. Mm-hmm. And we're just looking, and we have a lot of guys that are injured right now, so we're looking for the younger guys to step up. We had, I think, 3 or 4 freshmen play last game. Like BJ Nard, we had BJ Nard sit out, and he'll be starting this game, though. But yeah, we had younger guys step up, and we need that again this week.
Yeah.
What younger guys stepped up last game?
So Carter Nichols on the defense at safety, and also Jason Lee, he was also on defense. And I'm trying to think here. I mean, that's all I can think of now, but definitely they stepped up and had great games, for sure.
That's awesome. That's super important, especially in those situations.
Yeah.
So you guys have, like, these next 2 games, not to, like, look too far past this weekend, but you have Eastern Washington and Weber State back-to-back weeks, I believe, and those are both kind of, you're tied with in third right now with Weber, and Eastern Washington's in first in the Big Sky. How much do you guys, like, pay attention to the fact that these next 2 games are kind of, even your next 3 games, like, kind of finishing out the season is pretty tough for you guys?
Definitely, especially if we're looking for a shot at the playoffs. It's really crucial that we take one game at a time. But yeah, we really need to win out to win the Big Sky and to have a chance at playoffs.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Absolutely. And you're coming home this next weekend, which will be nice. What is it like when you're not home, for instance, at Sac State?
It really depends on the travel method. Like, when we fly charter, that's awesome. Sometimes we fly commercial, and that's a little adversity sometimes with commercial airports and going through TSA and all that. Last weekend we took a bus, so after the game we drove home. Didn't get back till 3 in the morning.
Wow.
So sometimes it's rough. And there was another game, I think it was North Dakota. We didn't get back until, South Dakota. We didn't get back until 5 in the morning. We got delayed. Our flight got delayed. We couldn't land in Santa Maria, so we had to land in Santa Barbara and bus back up from there. So.
Oh my gosh.
Sounds like a lot.
But other than that, traveling is a lot of fun.
Well, that's good. What do you have any, like, messages for fans, who may not know, like, exactly, like, how good you guys are, or, just messages to fans in general?
All I can say is football's a lot of fun to watch. If you don't know much about football, come out and check it out, and come cheer us on anyway, and I'm sure you'll have a good time. And the tailgate's also a lot of fun, too. The tailgates before the games are growing and growing each year. It's awesome to see that happen, too.
Absolutely. Tailgate's always a good time.
Yeah, absolutely. Thanks so much for joining us.
All right, thank you, guys.
Yeah, thank you very much. And after the break, we will be joined by wrestler Colton Schilling and hear a little bit about upcoming sports in the winter sports category right after this.
Place, home of the Cal Poly Mustangs, located in Foothill Square with daily specials. Head on over after today's game.
Digital West, proud partners of Cal Poly Athletics, inspiring businesses and communities through life-changing technology. Let us help you make your next idea a business reality. Ferguson proudly stocks Bradford White. Have a water heater emergency? We can help. Any day, anytime. Go to Ferguson.com to find the location closest to you.
Featuring handcrafted cuisine, 72 beers on tap, late-night dining, and a daily happy hour, Milestone Tavern is your official headquarters for Mustang football. Located at 972 Foothill Boulevard, join us on game day for weekend brunch and catch all the away game action streamed live on the Milestone Jumbo Screen. ALS has taken enough lives and enough loved members of the SLO community. This is why the Martha Olson Fernandez Foundation has stepped up to fight ALS through patient care and research. Join us today to fight ALS and to win. For more information, visit mofffoundation.com.
Digital West, proud partners of Cal Poly Athletics, inspiring businesses and communities through life-changing technology. Let us help you make your next idea a business reality. Ferguson proudly stocks Bradford White. Have a water heater emergency? We can help. Any day, anytime. Go to Ferguson.com to find the location closest to you.
Featuring handcrafted cuisine, 72 beers on tap, late night dining, and a daily happy hour, Milestone Tavern is your official headquarters for Mustang football. Located at 972 Foothill Boulevard, join us on game day for weekend brunch and catch all the away game action streamed live on the Milestone Jumbo Screen. ALS has taken enough lives and enough loved members of the SLO community. This is why the Martha Olson Fernandez Foundation has stepped up to fight ALS through patient care and research. Join us today to fight ALS and to win. For more information, visit mofffoundation.com.
Okay.
Hey, welcome back.
Welcome back to Mustang Insider. We are now joined with wrestler Colt Schilling. Hi, Colt. Welcome to the show.
Hello.
So if you kind of want to start by introducing yourself and telling us like your position on the team. I guess everyone has the same position, but yeah.
I'm Colton Schilling, fourth year industrial technology major. I'm the 141-pounder for Cal Poly Wrestling, and I have been for the last 2 years, so going on my third season.
All right, awesome.
Cool. And the wrestling team has a completely new coaching staff and everything this year. What has it been like doing preseason workouts with him?
Well, yeah, my year, actually, all the freshmen that came in with me, we've been through quite a roller coaster. We haven't had the same coaching staff, and I'm in my fourth year now. And yeah, this year, completely new coaching staff, so none of the guys that I originally was recruited by are still here. So, the preseason stuff that we've been doing, it's pretty wild, This is the hardest we've ever trained, like in the off-season and preseason, so it should be good. We're feeling great. We're tapering off this week for San Fran, Indiana on Thursday. So, practices are only about 45 minutes to an hour, when they're usually like 2 hours, and we do some hard conditioning, but we're tapering off and getting our bodies feeling good.
Awesome. So Thursday, you guys have the meet in the UU, I believe. What's it kind of like? I know I've heard in the past that you guys really enjoy the outdoor meets. What's it like, from your opinion, having that meet outside?
Well, it's just something different, it promotes the sport, and I've ran into a lot of people over the past couple of years that say, hey, I saw wrestling in the UU, I've never seen a match before or a duel. And it's so that's good for our sport to get it out there. People who've never possibly seen a match or a duel before. And then the atmosphere, it actually kind of makes you a little more tired wrestling outside because we're just not used to it. But the atmosphere is great, because you got people coming and going, lots of fans there. So that's something that wrestling's always trying to boost, is our fan base. And I love it. It's a great atmosphere.
Cool. And I know you were telling us before the show that you have a really tough schedule this year, wrestling-wise. Could you tell us about that? Yeah,
so we have a lot of duels on our schedule. I think, we've got 20 or so different times we're making weight this year, so that's a lot. But it's going to be tough on the body, but that's why we're working hard in the off-season. So this weekend we actually wrestle number 12 in the country, Stanford, who's also in the Pac-12s, our conference. So I'm wrestling the number 2 guy in the country. So, and then this quarter actually we wrestle 3 teams. So we wrestle Rutgers, which is number 20 in the country as well, and their 41-pounders number 5 in the country. So I'll have another good match there. Yeah. And Oregon State, who's also in the Pac-12s, is number 16 in the country. So.
Wow. So wrestling, you said you're going against the number 2 wrestler.
Yeah.
How do you mentally prepare yourself for that? Do you do anything differently, or you kind of just go out there and give it your best?
You can't approach any match, no matter who you're wrestling, differently than another match, because then it kind of gets you out of your game, so you're in foreign territory. So I go into every match the same way, I try and get in a quiet place for about 10 minutes before my match, just kind of get used to things, and then I get out in the environment, just stand next to the mat, get used to all the sounds and stuff. I know you were talking with Reagan earlier, what's he listen to? I don't listen to any music. I just try to acclimate myself to the climate. So, but yeah, you just go into every match the same way, and you just try and wrestle your match and impose your will on the opponent, no matter who they are. That's what you gotta do.
So before a match starts, and you're in the same room as the people who you're going to be wrestling, is there any tension before that?
Yeah, I'd definitely say so during weigh-ins, because we're all standing there in our boxers, getting on the scale, and you're trying to see how close people are to weight, and you're sizing them up. But I mean, at this level, everybody's great, you know. Everybody was high school state champions, and, you know, we've all done great things in high school, and we're just looking to step our game up to the next level. So, I mean, we're all competitors. We're all looking at each other as other competitors and somebody we want to beat. So you just know it's there. It's in the back of your mind.
Yeah, and your brother is also on the team, your younger brother. What is it like having him on the team?
Oh, I love it. You know, I grew up, you know, wrestling with my brother. Before I even started wrestling, that's what we did. We wrestled in the living room because I started at 7 years old, which is actually kind of old for some of the people in my area. You know, sometimes kids start at like 4 and 5, you know, these Division I athletes. But me and my brother grew up wrestling in the living room, and then through high school I had him on the team, and, you know, we've always been in the lineup together and stuff. So when he decided to come to Cal Poly, you know, it made me feel good because he was like, yeah, you know, he likes wrestling with me, you know, he likes me, so I love my brother. We hang out a lot. We're good wrestling partners, push each other, so that's great.
Absolutely. Can't wait to see big things from you and your brother this year.
Yeah, that was awesome. Thank you very much for joining us. I wish you the best of luck, and hopefully we'll get to talk to you later in the season once everything kind of gets underway. But after the break, we'll kind of recap a few of the sports and what's kind of to come in the winter after this break.
Charlie's Place, home of the Cal Poly Mustangs,
That's
located
it? All
in
right.
Foothill Square
was
with
super
daily
easy.
specials. Head on over after today's game.
Digital West, proud partners of Cal Poly Athletics, inspiring businesses and communities through life-changing technology. Let us help you make your next idea a business reality. Ferguson proudly stocks Bradford White. Have a water heater emergency? We can help. Any day, anytime. Go to Ferguson.com to find the location closest to you.
Featuring handcrafted cuisine, 72 beers on tap, late-night dining, and a daily happy hour, Milestone Tavern is your official headquarters for Mustang football. Located at 972 Foothill Boulevard, join us on game day for weekend brunch and catch all the away game action streamed live on the Milestone Jumbo Screen. ALS has taken enough lives and enough loved members of the SLO community. This is why the Martha Olson Fernandez Foundation has stepped up to fight ALS through patient care and research. Join us today to fight ALS and to win. For more information, visit mofffoundation.com.
Digital West, proud partners of Cal Poly Athletics, inspiring businesses and communities through life-changing technology. Let us help you make your next idea a business reality. Ferguson proudly stocks Bradford White. Have a water heater emergency? We can help. Any day, anytime. Go to Ferguson.com to find the location closest to you.
Featuring handcrafted cuisine, 72 beers on tap, late-night dining, and a daily happy hour, Milestone Tavern is your official headquarters for Mustang football. Located at 972 Foothill Boulevard, join us on game day for weekend brunch and catch all the away game action streamed live on the Milestone Jumbo Screen. ALS has taken enough lives and enough loved members of the SLO community. This is why the Martha Olson Fernandez Foundation has stepped up to fight ALS through patient care and research. Join us today to fight ALS and to win. For more information, visit mofffoundation.com.
Hello, welcome back to Mustang Insider. We were joined by a few great guests this evening. It was great to talk to some sports that you don't necessarily hear as much about. We had football, we also had cross country and wrestling, and I don't know about you, but those are sports I don't necessarily follow, but it was great to hear what they were doing, and I know that other people don't necessarily watch it. So it was great to kind of get that out there and hear about their seasons. Cross country is doing absolutely incredible. Kind of to hear about wrestling coming up and stuff like that.
Yeah, absolutely. We're all very excited about winter sports starting and for fall sports to come to a close.
Yeah.
Coming up this week for Cal Poly Sports, we have football Saturday against Eastern Washington.
Yes.
We will also be doing Mustang Game Day.
Yeah, our live 90-minute show.
An hour and a half before.
Yeah. Yes, our live 90-minute show. It'll start at 4 p.m. on gopoly.com and mustangnews.net. We will be there talking about football and other sports, so be sure to tune into that.
More sports action coming up this week. We have the women's volleyball team hitting the road. They play UC Irvine on Thursday, and they head up north to play UC Davis on Saturday.
Yeah, absolutely. And cross country, I know next weekend is heading on up to Sacramento. And then we have basketball coming up super soon, too. They all start their seasons next Friday, November 11th, women and men's. But I think that's about all we have for Insider today. Join us on Saturday for game day at 4 p.m. We will be there live. And I'm Alice Edmonds.
I'm Joe Schutz. Thank you so much for joining us.